Okay, y'all, so here we go with the review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I really forgot what episode this is, because it seemed like this damn reunion, I'm just so ready for the motherfucking reunion. I'm already talking about the damn reunion, but it just seems like this season is just dragging. And it's probably because it hasn't been that eventful. But I will say that this particular episode was actually okay. I can deal with this episode. So let's just get into it. Y'all know I'm not going to talk about everything, every little thing that happened on the episode. I'm only going to talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. That's all we're going to talk about. So let's just talk about it. Mama Joyce goes over to Candy house and they talk about the trip to Barcelona and how everything happened. And once Candy mentioned the situation that happened with Portia and how she really didn't give a fuck about her leaving, that's when Mama Joyce brings up the fact that she went and met up with Portia. Now, Candy was not happy about the fact that Mama Joyce went behind her back and met up with Portia. But, you know, it's kind of like Mama Joyce feels like Portia was manipulated by Phaedra, and that is the reason why she did what she did. Now, I'm just not here for everybody always making Portia out to be this innocent victim, like, oh, she was manipulated or this and that. In my opinion, Portia knew exactly what the fuck she was doing, and the only reason why she repeated the shit that she repeated is because of the fact that she wanted to harm Candy. She was upset with her, and she knew that shit was far-fetched, and she know goddamn well Candy would not have tried to drug her ass. She knew that, but she said that shit on national TV. Now, everybody can sit up here and come up in my comment box and say a best friend told her this and a best friend told her that. I don't give a fuck who told her. If anything, if a best friend told me something about somebody that I used to be, that I was friends with, I would at least try to give them the benefit of the doubt before I just go out and just spread like vicious ass lies about them. And saying that somebody tried to drug you and take you to a damn sex dungeon to take your fucking pussy is a bit much for me, okay? And I don't see how anybody can sit up here and act like there was absolutely nothing wrong with what the fuck she said. And people can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Nobody believe that shit anyway. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. There are still people out there that still want to sit up here and say, Candy said it, Candy tried to rape that girl, she Bill Cosby. That type of shit will still follow you even after she's been vindicated for the bullshit. There's still people out there that still want to say that she fucking did the shit, that she wanted to rape that damn girl, and that's foul and it's fucked up. So imagine if you were on national TV and you got all these businesses and shit, and a motherfucker sit up here and try to say that you tried to drug them and you know that shit wasn't true. How the fuck would you feel? Would you really be willing to forgive that person right off the bat like that? Because a lot of you Portia fans really feel like just because she's pretty, she's bubbly, and she's dumb, that everybody should just let her get away with what the fuck she do. Portia was a whole mean girl all fucking last season when she had Phaedra on her side. But now that she ain't got nobody on her side, now she wants to be, you know, Miss, I've changed, I want a fresh new start. If Phaedra was still on this motherfucking show with her, she would not be giving a fuck about no forgiveness. She wouldn't even be apologizing. And I still don't feel like she's taking full ownership to what the fuck she did, because at the same time, even when she was talking to Mama Joyce, it was Phaedra, 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 Phaedra this, Phaedra that, Phaedra this, Phaedra that, Phaedra told me this, Phaedra that. At the end of the day, just own up to your part, because whether Phaedra told you or not, yes, Phaedra did tell you the bullshit. She did tell you the bullshit. But at the end of the day, you still took it and you ran with it, and you still decided that it was okay for you to say that shit. And you whether Phaedra told you or not, you still have a part in it. And you were still fucked up for doing that. Point blank in the fuck period. Like, you and Candy used to be real tight. And for you to do that was fucked up. And you chose the side. You even let Phaedra slander and lie on your best friend Shamil, who you've known longer than any of these bitches on this show, and you let her do that. So I can't feel sorry for you. You don't never want to take accountability for nothing. Just like, you know, you wouldn't forgive Kenya, and you the one who drug her across the goddamn stage. But everybody feel like you need to be forgiven. Like, whatever. But at the same time, I agree with Mama Joyce to a certain extent. I do agree with her to a certain extent. But I also agree with Candy as well. Like, I'm just not with the whole Portia was manipulated. Because when people say Portia was manipulated, that make me feel like they just babying this bitch all over again. Like, making her out to be some type of innocent victim. And she's anything but an innocent victim in this motherfucking case. So, y'all can miss me with the bullshit when it comes down to that. I'm just not here for that, period. She's not no innocent victim, and I'm not for it. Bottom line. But, you know what I'm saying? I can see that Mama Joyce really loves Portia, and she wants Kandi and Portia to at least come to some common ground. Now, one thing about me, the reason why I'm even on Kandi's side, because I get it. I'm a Aquarius, and Aquarians and Tauruses are fixed signs, and we're stubborn as fuck, and we're slow at forgiveness. So the reason why I feel Kandi is because y'all know I always put my real life into these videos when I talk about shit. Y'all already know, I've talked about it already, but I had a friendship that crumbled right before y'all very eyes on YouTube, and me and that person would never be friends again. Period. So, you know, and that's only because of the way it happened. Like, it happened in the public. And the way that it happened, and the way that it attempted to make me look as a person, I could never just be in that vicinity again. So with Kandi and Portia, that happened in the public. The lie was told in the public. Y'all slandered her in public. So it's not going to be that easy for her to forgive her. It's different when something happens in private. But when you do this in front of millions of people, or in my case, maybe thousands of people, it's hard to forgive. And I just can't look at a person the same way when they do shit like that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily mean hate, but it's just that there is no love lost. I just can't fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. But in some situations, I can be mad at a person, and when they apologize to me, I can acknowledge their apology, and I can even accept their apology because they don't have to apologize to me. Right or wrong, they have the choice on whether they want to apologize or not, and they don't have to apologize. So I'm not going to be that big of an asshole and not accept it. But just because I accepted your apology, it does not mean that we automatically go back to the way that we used to be. Forgiveness is a process for me. I just can't, it just depends on how small, how medium-sized, and how large the issue is. And if the issue is large, I cannot get past that too fast. I'm going to give you a fucking example. When I was about 19, I confided in this girl, and I told her that I was gay. And I told her that this was between me and her. It was private. I don't want nobody else knowing my business, and she agreed. Only for her to go and tell my motherfucking business to the main person that I did not want to know my motherfucking business. A person that I was on shaky terms with at the time. So, I was pissed with her. I was upset with her about that because she violated my trust and my confidence. So, when she did apologize to me, I accepted her apology. I acknowledged her apology. I did. But we never got to be where we used to be, because I could not look at her the same anymore. Like, straight up. Or my cousin. I was really close to this cousin of mine, and all of a sudden he attacked me one day, called me faggots, and said I need to change my last name and everything, and there's no faggots in his family. I didn't talk to him for 4 years, and 4 years later he apologized to me. And even though he apologized to me and I accepted it, I never looked at him the same, because I just felt like he said and did way too much, and I just can't look at him as the same older cousin that I really grew up loving and wanting, and grew up, you know, running and telling him when somebody was bullying me. I could not look at him the same way. We cool. We cordial. We can talk to each other in the same room, but the relationship would never be the same. And that's just what it is between Kandi and Portia. It just ain't gonna never be the same. Bottom line. Too much was done. And it is what it is. I'm just not, but I do agree with Mama Joyce at some point, but I also agree with Kandi. They ain't gonna never be the way they used to be. Point blank. They just might be cordial, but it ain't gonna never be the same. So, we get into this Nene and Kim Roachgate mess. And let me just say this. I do not like Kim. I never have like Kim. I don't even know why she's even back. Nobody asked the bitch to be back, okay? That's number one. Number two, this bitch always thinking that somebody is hating on her and her damn family, and don't nobody want her nothing that she got, okay? That's number one. So she's so quick to say that Nene trying to scandalize her and say that she's racist. Now, there's one thing to just throw shit out there, but the shit and the behavior that Kim has displayed over the last few years has been racist ass behavior to me. I mean, the way she treated Sweetie like she was a damn slave. The way that she said she didn't want to hang out with Nene and Deshaun and eat chicken. Like, she says a lot of shit with racial undertones to it. And I just can't fuck with that. And she want to sit up here and say that it's one thing when you fucking with me, but when you fuck with my kids, it's another situation. Bitch, your daughter jumped into the whole situation. First of all, your daughter had no right to be in that woman's house recording herself and recording bugs in her damn basement. That's number one. She had no business doing that. And the fact that she even saved the video and sent that shit to you was some messy ass shit talking about it was a joke between me and Brielle. It had no business being no joke to begin with. You kept that video just because you wanted to have something to hold over that bitch head. So you never been genuine. You never wanted to come back. You never wanted to film with these women. All you wanted to do was have your lame ass husband drop you the fuck off, and so you can come in and be passive aggressive and start bullshit with Kenya and every fucking body else and act like you're above it. You're not, bitch. You ain't above shit. You just a token white bitch on this motherfucking show. Because honestly, we really don't need you. And a lot of people really feel like we need your ass, but we really don't need you, bitch. And if you a Kim fan, you might as well go on the X out, because this bitch gonna get it all motherfucking video. That bitch ain't shit. She ain't never been shit. Okay? And Sheree, bitch, I don't fuck with you. And I'm gonna tell you why. You have a lot of nerve saying that Nene crossed the line by going at Brielle, but you set your ass a couple of seasons ago, 5 seasons ago, at their reunion, and when Nene was going to fuck in on you, you took the opportunity to go in on motherfucking Bryce stealing out of Walmart, but you want to say crossing the line is when you talk about somebody's kid. Bitch, you went below the belt and talked about Nene's son. So you want to sit up here and say that, you know what I'm saying, Nene crossed the line by talking to Brielle the way she did? No, bitch. Brielle crossed the line by doing that video in that woman's house. She crossed the line. You ain't nothing but a massa bitch. You know what I'm saying? You are such a massa bitch. Like, you just, the way that you cling to Ku Klux Kim is really ridiculous to me. And I just don't understand why you even here. You don't serve a purpose anymore. Your tea is just stale now. Go on, bitch. We don't need you nor Kim. Go on, bitch. Go on. We don't need your ass. Point blank and the fuck period. We don't need you. So go on about your business, because if you're going to sit up here and just want to say all this bullshit and just uphold Kim and not tell her that she was wrong for her part in it, then you fucked up. Bottom line. And then Kim want to sit up here and talk about Nene's past and what the fuck she did as a stripper. Like, we didn't watch her for most of her time on Real Housewives of Atlanta fucking a married man and having and fucking for purses and watches and everything else that she fucking had. But you want to sit up here and talk about a bitch for dancing on the table for some money. Bitch, you were fucking to get paid. So what the fuck you talking about? And you were fucking somebody else's husband to get paid. So your past ain't squeaky clean just like Nene's past ain't. Bitch, who the fuck you supposed to be? I'm just trying to figure that out. Who the hell does Kim supposed to be? And why the hell is she even here? Go on somewhere. Seriously. Like, you want to act like you had some good past life, but you out here fucking marrying men, chasing after dick. Don't you got a degree in nursing? Why don't you work on people's hearts or something like that instead of working on a nigga dick all the time? Why don't you do that, bitch? Oh, I don't see color. You quack looking ass bitch. Talking about you don't see color. Most of the time, the most racist ass motherfuckers are the main ones that say they don't see color when they called out on their shit. Bye-bye, bitch. Not here for it. Not here for it. Not here for the bullshit. She's wrong, and that's just what it is. So you can just move on with it. And I'm all the way Team Nene with this Kim shit. Team motherfucking Nene. Team motherfucking Nene. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I can read them all, okay? So Team Nene on this motherfucking shit. Fuck that. So Kandi and Sheree, they meet up. And Kandi was like, well, I know you heard about the drama that's been going on. And you know, Sheree was like, what drama? Well, you know about the whole escape tour, how we had to kick Nene off because of the joke that she made and all of this stuff. So it's kind of like, at the end of the day, nobody plays with rape. You cannot take rape lightly, because I don't take rape lightly. I mean, my mother was raped, so I don't take that shit lightly at all. You know what I mean? Not only was my mother raped, but this guy that I used to be best friends with, he was also raped. And as much as I don't fuck with him anymore, I do have a soft spot for him. And he told me about his situation with being raped by a man. So I understand it. You know, I don't take, people that I love have been raped. So I don't take this raping shit lightly. This is why I didn't take it lightly with the Portia thing. Like, I don't take this shit lightly. So if a motherfucker, you know, is doing something and they invite you to it and you go out and say some shit like that in the public, that's going to make them and their brand look bad by associating themselves with you. And being that Kandi was in a rape scandal of her own just last season, it was in its best interest to cut you off the tour. Not personal, just business. Bottom line. Now, being that Nene is Kandi's friend, she tried to fight for her to stay, but the group members just wasn't for it. Bottom line, she had to go with what the fuck the group wanted, and she had to go with what the fuck the promoter wanted. It was money behind that, and that's money that nobody wanted to lose. So Nene had to go. My thing with Sheree is, she pick and choose what she want to be, you know, an advocate for. She want to pick and choose what's right and what's wrong. Now, she want to say that, you know, Kandi is taking the rape thing lightly with Nene when she was mad at Portia for the whole rape thing last year. I don't want to say that she's taking it lightly. Nene sat up there and said that shit when someone told her to kill herself. And then she, in response, said, I hope you get raped by an Uber driver. The shit ain't funny, and it just wasn't the correct response to go with it. But in my opinion, it's really not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Kandi was so upset with Portia is because the accusation was Portia tried to say that Kandi tried to drug her and rape her. Kandi was accused of being a rapist. Nene said she hoped somebody get raped. It's not the same thing, but it is the same thing at the same time. So I don't really feel like she's taking it lightly, but I do feel like Kandi should at least acknowledge that, you know what I'm saying, I've had my own rape situation. I don't want to be a part of it. You only tried to keep her on the tour just because y'all are friends and you tried to give her a fucking opportunity. I understand it. But being that you were a part of a rape situation just last season, you should not even want that type of energy, rape energy, on your tour. Bottom line, you shouldn't even want to be associated with the word rape. You shouldn't even want to say the word rape, period. Y'all, the group members made the best decision by kicking her ass off the group. Nene had no business saying that bullshit. Bottom the fuck line. But what I don't like is how Sheree wants to go in on Kandi for handling the way she is, talking about she treading lightly with Nene. But bitch, you treaded lightly with Kim. Like, you sitting up here upholding everything that Kim said and did, and you don't see nothing wrong with it. At least Kandi said that she didn't agree with what Nene said and she felt like it was wrong. You agreeing with what the fuck Kim said, and you pick and choose what's right and what's wrong. You want to say that Kandi taking it lightly about the Nene rape thing, but was mad at Portia for it. But at the same time, just last season, you tried to throw a dig at Kenya about getting her ass beat and provoking folks when all the while you was getting your ass choked out, stomped out, and sat on by Bob, big cross-sided ass the whole motherfucking time, but you want to take a damn domestic violence jab at somebody else when you went through it yourself. So, bitch, you can have several motherfucking nosebleed seats, bitch, about this whole thing about motherfuckers doing this and doing that. When it comes down to Nene, you are bowing down to Kim. So you just pick and choose what's right and what's wrong. You spill the tea when everybody else say something, especially all last season. You told what Shamia said, you told what Portia said, you told what Candy said, you told what everybody else the fuck said, but you ain't say nothing about Kim and what the fuck she said about Candy eating her pussy. You didn't say nothing about what the fuck Nene said, about what Kim said about Nene and nobody else. You don't say nothing about what the fuck that bitch say, but you can tell what everybody else say. You pick and choose when you want to go in too, bitch. You piss me off all episode. Go somewhere and sit down, Sheree. But Nene shouldn't have said that shit. Bottom line. So, we get into Candy and Kim. Well, before we get into Candy and Kim, you know, Nene sitting up here crying about the whole thing. I never should have said that to that lady. I just should have said. You shouldn't have said it. Point blank in the fuck period, you shouldn't have said it. And you were wrong, and that's just what it is. You were fucking wrong. And you could just miss me with the crocodile tears that barely came out your eyes, Nene. You were wrong, and that's just it. You were wrong, and Cynthia, stop saying that you don't care what they said. Just say you were wrong. I know you're trying to support your friend, but Nene, you were wrong for what the fuck you said, and you just gotta own it and take accountability for it and just say you were fucking wrong. Like, yeah, you crying about it barely, but at the end of the day, you were fucking wrong, and that's just what it is. And Cynthia and Marlo need to own up to that shit, too. If Portia gotta take accountability for her fucked up ass actions, so the fuck does Nene, and that's just what it is. Portia got to take accountability for her bullshit. Nene got to take accountability for her bullshit. She was fucking wrong for what the fuck she said, and that's just what it is. Point blank. So, Candy and Kim. First of all, Candy, I never would have waited no 2 hours on that bitch. That's what I never would have did. Production had to be the one to tell you to sit there and wait on